Salad growing season is always such an exciting time in the garden. When you live in a warm climate like I do, growing salad is limited to just about 4, maybe 5 months a year. When our friends up north are starting their salad greens, us here down south, us gardeners are bidding farewell to our leafy greens. But now, when most folks are putting their gardens to bed for the winter, we are just hitting our stride with cool weather crops like lettuce. Since we have a short season to grow lettuce, I wanted to explore the 3 different ways that you can grow this crop from seed to see which is the quickest and easiest way. So today I'm going to show you how to grow high intensity, direct seeded, and transplanted lettuce plants. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each method. High intensity lettuce planting is a method of sowing the seeds for lettuce where they basically broadcast the seeds into the planting area and you don't thin the seedlings out. Broadcasting is like a really fancy term for saying you're just going to sprinkle the seeds on top of some soil and then rake it in a little bit. It is probably the easiest method of starting seeds. However, it's not always the best germination rate. Of the 3 methods we'll discuss today, this is by far the easiest way to plant seeds. You don't have to worry about spacing the seeds. Once they've sprouted, you don't have to painstakingly thin the seedlings. You basically just throw the seeds down and let them fight it out amongst each other. Besides being super easy, another big pro for this method is the volume of lettuce you will grow. As you can see from this planting space, the biggest con to broadcasting and not thinning is that they usually get a little bit bigger than this patch right here, but that's it. They stop growing. I suspect that the roots are competing too much for the plant to grow bigger. I've seen other gardeners have success with using high intensity lettuce planting. Growing into full heads, but that's not the experience I've had. I don't know if it's the type of seeds I grow or the climate I'm in, but mine usually will double in size here, and that's it. That's as big as they will get. They will never head. So while this is a super easy way to get started, I prefer to have larger lettuce leaves. But if you do this method, it's very easy to harvest this patch and leave a couple inches to allow it to regrow, which it will do. So I always do have a small patch that I use this way just for ease of planting and maintenance. The next method of starting lettuce from seed is to direct seed. This just means that we are going to make a small row in the bed, then sprinkle some seeds into the row lightly. I've done that here. So right next to the broadcasted high intensity patch, I have 2 rows right here of direct seeded lettuce. So once you create those rows, then you sprinkle a small amount of soil on top of the seeds that you have planted, and then you water them in. In a few days, the seeds will sprout. I usually give them a week to fully come up, and then I have to start thinning them. I thin them about 2 to 3 inches apart. So we have 1 plant here, 1 plant here, 1 plant here, 1 plant here, 1 plant here. So, close together, but enough space. This gives them the space they need to grow and the roots to spread out underneath. Also, with the spacing between them, it allows an easier harvest since the cut and come again method allows for multiple harvests versus a single harvest or 2 that you would get with the high intensity. A downside with planting like this is that you do have to make sure to keep the seeds moist. So the soil must remain moist through the entire time that it's germinating, which can be hard when they are out in the elements rather than protected like in the next method that we're going to discuss. They pretty much grow a little bit faster than the broadcasted high intensity, but I've always been able to grow the plants much larger than the first method of planting. The last method is seeding in trays and then transplanting them out into the garden. Believe it or not, this is my most preferred way, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. First, let's discuss how this is done. Using a very loose seed starting mix that holds water very well, I fill trays and then seed the trays with just one seed per pod. Depending on how soon I might need those seedlings, I could use a 1-inch tray if I plan on putting them out in the ground within 2 to 3 weeks. If I need them to wait longer because I just don't have room, then I usually use the 2-inch tray to give me a little bit more time. Yes, this way means more time up front, but I can control the amount of water, sun, wind, and even fertilizer that these plants get. Because of this, the plants always grow very well and much quicker than the ones in the bed. These plants right here were seeded the same time as the other ones, but you can see that they're much bigger. I attribute this to the amount of control I have over them when they are younger. It helps them to become stronger from the very start. These seedlings never competed with other plants for nutrition. The biggest con though is that it is way more work in the beginning. You have to put soil in trays, you have to monitor the water levels, you have to monitor the sun. I keep them inside my screened-in patio to keep them safe from bugs. But they do grow so much faster, and by the time they're ready to be transplanted, they easily adjust to the transplant, and I can space them to allow for a very easy harvest. So as you can see here, these guys are more like 3 to 6 inches apart sometimes because I want these to become heads. So while they do take more effort in the beginning, they grow faster and are super easy to manage once they're in the bed. Just from this bed, you can see the big difference between the 3 different methods that we talked about today. There is actually one more method I use for growing lettuce specifically during the heat of the summer. If you want to know more about that, head over here and check out this video.